YouTube, still in the Trotwood area. I made a video of this area and a couple others that are very adjacent. So this is going to be a video going from Trotwood all the way to Downtown Dayton. This is the area that's the epitome of economic devastation in not just Ohio and the Dayton region, but in the country in general. That's the former Target right there that closed. This used to be a really nice area, but it's sadly fallen into ruins. There's back there some of the stuff filmed earlier. State Route 49 bypass.
2 pairs of gloves for $1.
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
cheap.
good.
Can't go cheaper than that.
Yeah, that's true.
They're rather cute too.
This is probably one of the only strip malls, shopping centers, these two right here, where there's all the businesses still there. That one's not there though. This is where the old Toys R Us lot used to be, right here. Go ahead and turn right, and this takes us all the way. Yeah, this was the old Toys R Us lot. This was a car dealership right here years ago. I can't exactly remember which one it was called, but it's been closed probably for a good 15 years. Old former Sears. That bellied up. Former Wendy's right there. On the auction for this land. Yeah, right, like they're going to sell that.
I inquired about Max and Terry, and they said they're back in Beaver Creek.
Can you blame them? There's not many opportunities out here. It's just, the area is just devastated, you know. Mom's referring to somebody that she knows who are working the nail salon business. Apparently they couldn't survive out here economically, so they packed their bags and went back to Beaver Creek.
Location.
Yeah, or their original location since they came here. But there's Grismer Tire right there, Precious Blood Catholic Church, the Maria Joseph Center right here. That used to be a former hardware store years ago. I can't even remember what it was. YouTube, this area has been devastated for so long. You can't even go back on Google Maps and find out what all that was. Well, showing the street images, because it's been well over 10 years, possibly longer than that. There, right there, I showed that earlier. Those are several for lease signs right there. That one right there is not too bad. Salem Office Products area. For lease right there, it's just Endless Highland Plaza right there. Bank Shop Sports Bar and Grill, that bellied up in the last few years, don't know when. Reichert Body Shop, that might have been what that car dealership back there might have been tied into this one. Reichert Beauty Shop, I can't even tell if I guess they're still open. Yeah, they're still in business miraculously. Used to be a firehouse right there, but I think I can't tell if that one's open and operating or not. That building there is for sale right there. If it wasn't for the Ohio State-Michigan game, I'd want to hang around and do some neighborhoods, but I want to watch the game today. But red light, speed, photo enforced, these are probably going to be a thing of the past if the legislation passes on them, or if the Ohio Supreme Court strikes it down. There's a building right there that's empty right there, covered in plywood. Former Christmas shop right there that couldn't make it.
Oh, that was 30 or 40 years ago.
Oh no, that's been closed around 20 years, maybe.
Not that long.
Maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 maybe. This is a shopping center that's really just collapsed right here. There's nothing there in the big old hall, but it's not there anymore. I don't even remember what this was in back. Shopkeepers Village right here. I don't remember, but that probably is going to be on the soon-to-be tear-down list at the corner of Salem and Evansville and Gettysburg. Evansville goes back into a neighborhood this way. Gettysburg runs south for a little while. This is in northwest Dayton, Trotwood, northwest Dayton area. That donut shop that was there, they closed a while back. That was there for a long time. There's the Plasma Center, Talcris Plasma Center. They are undergoing construction right now. BP Sunoco right there. Rite Aid. This building right there is still being occupied most of the way, it seems. Rite Aid across the street.
That store was nice.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was a bargain place.
Yeah. Well, in poor parts of town like this, that's about the only type. Seems like there's not many other businesses you can support beside that, sadly, but it's just kind of was a longer ride here.
What used to be in that store, Mark, where we
I have no idea.
It wasn't Target.
No, that wasn't Target. That was across the street. There's Popeyes. That's the only Popeyes
I
left in
think
the...
that was Kmart.
No, Kmart was next door to it. I don't remember what that was. Cash to Go Pawn Shop. This closed a few years ago. There was a shooting here. The owner got robbed and they closed up shop. Their Labor Works Temporary Workplace Pancake House. That house right there is abandoned right there in pretty bad shape.
Oh, I got Trina's Christmas goodies. Bob.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, here's the golf course, this golf course right here. Of course, there might be a few people here today that it's warmer, but I don't know.
Little puppy dog, aren't you?
Miami Valley Golf Club on Salem Avenue right here by Salem and Hillcrest. This building right here is abandoned. This restaurant is just everywhere. Looks like it used to be some kind of hot dog place. Ohio Loan Company, that's like that's a pawn shop right there.
There's nothing left, I think.
It's still open.
Shopping center.
Yeah, it's just everywhere, man. It's just, this is the heart of economic devastation. There's Good Sam Hospital to your east on the corner of Philadelphia and Salem Avenue. It's one of the oldest hospitals in Dayton. There's their parking garage and more parking right there.
I want to wrap those sheets up for you.
I need to use them sooner, so.
What am I going to wrap up?
We'll talk about that later on, not now. Here, this area right here to your right, it is the Dayton View Triangle. I filmed this area multiple times. The only neighborhoods I have yet to film in this area are this area and the Fairview, but I'm going to do that another day though, because I want to, it's the Ohio State-Michigan game was at halftime when I left, so I'll save that for the next trip up this way. At Salem and Malvern right here. Abandoned house right here. Abandoned one right there next to one of those low-income houses. Two of them right here, and they should not be putting those back in this area. This area's had enough problems without putting more low-income housing back into the area and re-enriching the problem. This area, the Dayton Triangle, is probably one of the nicer areas in the city, but I've talked about this before multiple times. This neighborhood right here is bordered by very bad areas on all sides of it. Because you got the Santa Clara neighborhood, the Fairview, the Southern Dayton View, which is the other part of Dayton View, which I've showed, that's falling apart. Now this Mount Vernon on the other side of it's not bad, but you go further down the street to Santa Clara, these houses in a nice neighborhood would easily be worth $400,000 to $500,000 houses, or in New York or Boston, these houses could easily fetch over $1 million. These old, beautiful homes right here.
The old library.
Yeah, that was somebody's house before.
What, the library?
I'm sure it probably was. You never know. But in like these houses right here, if you were to price these houses, similar models in New York or Boston, you couldn't touch these Tudor-style houses in this neighborhood for under $1 million, because housing is very expensive in those cities, and they, of course, would not let their neighbors decay. Delaware, that's goes back into the Santa Clara neighborhood, which is a very impoverished neighborhood. That's one of the bad areas that this nicer neighborhood over here unfortunately borders. Then you got the Kenilworth neighborhood. Yeah, it's a beautiful house right there. Beautiful house right there.
Is it for sale?
I'm not sure. And you got the Kenilworth neighborhood on the left too, and it borders the Five Oaks. Those are two also very impoverished neighborhoods as well in the city. Beautiful homes though, all throughout here. It's just a shame what's happened to the area. I mean, these houses would be worth a lot of money in another city. Yeah, this right here is just really depressing. All these ones right here that are boarded up. Beautiful homes. That's the Southern Dayton View area, which I showed before. It's very depressing going past that area right there. There's the United States Post Office, I guess their branch for this neighborhood, probably for the Five Oaks, I would say probably for this area, Dayton View, Five Oaks, Kenilworth, and probably all the way up Salem to Philadelphia, maybe beyond. This is the post office branch for this area, where I'm assuming they probably have about, I'm going to say 2 or 3 zip codes they probably cover in this precinct, in these precincts right here. BP right there, crossing Grand Avenue, which I've showed that multiple times, that part of Grand right there, which has some pretty nice houses, but it's sadly fallen into decay. Go ahead and turn right onto and go across Stewart all the way, Riverview to Stewart.
No.
That's the quickest way to get over there. Yeah, that's the quickest way.
You sure I can't take train in there?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. You could ask, but I don't know where their guest parking is at today. But anyway, YouTube, we're on the edge of downtown Dayton right there. Old Northview neighborhood right here, so. But anyway, YouTube, that's it for this one.